All right, so today's a great treat. We're here at Oficial. It's one of Bogotá's and Colombia's top Peruvian restaurants. It's by a famous chef out in Peru called Rafael, but who's gonna be taking care of us today is executive chef Ivan Castañeda, who's a badass, also from Peru. So super excited, can't wait. This food's gonna be awesome. I know it's gonna be good. All right, I'm here with my boy, Chef Ivan Castañeda. We're here at one of Bogotá's top Peruvian restaurants. So tell me about yourself. This is so this location is beautiful. It used to be another restaurant before. They took it over about a couple years ago. The decor, the design, it's very nice. It's a very contemporary, but very kind of like fine casual, more or less. We can say
it's not fine dining.
It's not fine dining.
We first had Despensa, La Despensa restaurant.
Okay.
And then a few years later, we went to Rafael.
Okay. Here in Bogotá.
Rafael restaurant. Then with the situation, with all the economic situation, we had to close the restaurant. But because we want to open this restaurant, we have to move on. Like
you guys got to the limit. You need to evolve. Okay.
Evolve to another thing.
To something else.
Something else.
Okay. Awesome. So
we decided to open this restaurant.
So you came here
with a different concept.
Okay.
You know, more comfort food, the product. The importance of the product.
But, respecting the product. The Rafael is also Peruvian. He's Peruvian. Do you have more Peruvian chefs, or is it mainly Colombian chefs? Or
1 month ago, we were three
Peruvians. Okay, cool. Okay, cool. So part of it is also Peruvian, and I think that also gives it some authenticity to the product, to the meal, and it's comfort food. So I mean, a Peruvian comfort food, but with class. You know, with class.
And we escape a little bit from other countries too.
Okay.
You know?
Because you're saying that's very Rafael's. That's very Rafael. Like, because we were asking him, and it's funny how when Chef Ivan was telling me on the pandemic, they started off as a different type of food, which was more towards his style, which is a little bit kind of everything, but with his kind of spin on it, right?
Yes.
Always using some kind of Peruvian influence, but not a full-blown Peruvian restaurant. And when pandemic hit, their food was a little harder to sell, and Peruvian food was more commercially viable to sustain and to survive. And then they ended up changing the restaurant to Peruvian food over pandemic, and here you guys are doing amazing Peruvian food, huh?
Yeah.
All right, so this is kind of what Chef Ivan was saying. So it is pretty comfort food if you kind of see the style. So look how beautiful the dishes are. The dishes are absolutely beautiful. Just take a close up on that. I got some of this camote. So this first one is your typical or traditional ceviche. So it's got a little twist, I guess, with these little calamaris, which are kind of deep fried, which taste freaking amazing already. Awesome. So they have these is a puffed corn. So these are deep fried. Usually they are not deep fried. They either deep fry them sometimes, or sometimes they put them in a pan with oil, with a good amount of oil, and then it just goes absorbing, and it gets really crunchy. So that gives a nice texture to it. This ceviche in particular, they didn't add anything. They just pretty much lime juice and the fish. So the fish is all different. Today it's mero. Mero for us is like grouper. It's in the family of the grouper. So it depends on the fish that comes in fresh. That's the fish they use. And it's nice, thick chunks, but you see that it's still raw. So you can kind of see, I mean, that's what ceviche is. Ceviche, it kind of just gets a little bit cooked on the outside, but it's raw fish. So in this case, the fish has to be really, really fresh. And I was telling him here, I haven't had a lot of good experience with fish because of the manipulation, so many laws, so many rules. They're a very big group of restaurant, so fortunately he has a lot of that luxury to be able to get the freshest fish possible, and you can just tell by what it looks like. So I'm gonna go ahead and have a piece of just the fish. This is what I heard was absolutely ridiculous. I mean, look at this. Just come in. Okay, so this is like a shrimp burger, but it's got shrimp. It's got some cucumbers, which is mini cucumbers. This is almost like a chimichurri pesto style sauce. They have tempura onions, and then they have a little sauce, which is that pink sauce on a brioche bun. But this one they told me was like, you see that? So it's kind of like a patty, like a shrimp patty. So the smell seems amazing. So I'm gonna have a bite without the lime, and then I'm gonna have one with the lime. So let's try it. Oh wow, God damn, that's just amazing. Okay, so I'm getting a lot of flavor. So I feel the charcoal. So they put it on I think on a griddle or some kind of charcoal with a shrimp. It's got a little kick to it, which I think is that pink sauce we saw, and that herb kind of like chimi. That just mixes the whole thing together. And the shrimp, they cut it by, he says they cut it by knife. They don't robo-coop it, they cut it by knife, and then they make it like a little patty, but they season it with a little soy sauce. He said fish sauce and a couple other little ingredients. Can't tell you all, he don't want to tell me all ingredients. This thing, and then the tempura, if you see the tempura, that tempura just gives it a flavor that's, it mixes everything together. It gives it that crunch. I'm gonna take another bite. Look how beautiful these are. Look at this. It's pork belly, some sweet potato. It's on a sweet potato chip. It's got a salsa de huancaína. So huancaína is very, very Peruvian. You can kind of see the yellow sauce right on top of there. So the salsa huancaína is very, very Peruvian. It's usually based off of ají amarillo. It's got some garlic, onions, and then they also usually put galleta de soda. Galleta de soda is like, shit, how do we explain that? It's like soda cookies, but cookies that you usually eat like with coffee or whatnot, and it's popular to put it in there. And then it's just kind of like, you eat it kind of like one bite. So let's have this bite and see. We have the pescado picante, but not only that, they brought me a Pisco Sour, which, man, this is traditional, so this is usually done with egg whites. So this is egg whites, and it's a specific technique. It's got pisco in it. It's got pisco, a little bit of simple syrup and some citrus. So, and usually on top, the little dots are bitters. So I'm gonna try this, and then I'm gonna have some of this. Yeah, that's good. That's very good. So that's your typical Peruvian cocktail, which you can't go wrong with one of those bad boys. So if you see the fish, look how beautiful the dish is. So you have some string beans, you have some crunchy potato underneath, and then this is a sauce of ají amarillo. So look how beautiful the color is. The ají amarillo gives it the beautiful color, and it's got a little kick. Ají amarillo is like picture a yellow, long little pepper, so it's got a little kick to it. It's not too spicy, but it has a good kick to it, a really good kick to it. And it also depends. Like we roast our yellow peppers because it could get spicy sometimes, but sometimes we grill it and it loses a little bit of the heat. But it's a nice heat. It's not a very long heat. It's just a heat just enough that it's good. So let's try it. Try it. So this is mero, again, from the grouper family. Seems like the fish just came apart. So the sauce, I'm gonna mix it with some of the sauce because the fish itself doesn't have sauce. It's kind of seared, and you can see, like, look at the inside. Look how beautiful that fish is. Beautiful, very buttery, very fatty. It's a very, very fatty fish, which is perfect. I personally love fatty fishes. So I'm gonna have a little bit of everything. And then they serve a little bowl of rice. So I'm assuming since this is all very saucy, the rice you kind of dip it in. So you kind of see I'm gonna have a little bit of everything. Oh, and then it has like a little pico de gallo on top. So I'm gonna grab a little of that pico de gallo. I'm gonna cheat with the hands and just kind of eat it all. He says like Chef Ivan's like every typical Peruvian, you need a bowl of rice. So they're very rice eaters like us here in Colombia. So we have a little Chinese Peruvian food. It smells awesome. And so tell me a little bit about this dish.
Este tipo de comida le llamamos chifa.
Okay, chifa.
Ajá.
Okay.
Obviamente este está más hecho a nuestro estilo, ¿no?
Okay. The contrast of the roasted banana, the sweetness with the saltiness and kind of the soy sauce. This is the first time I've seen a banana. Like, and look, the banana just kind of breaks down, so está muy suave, está bien cocinadito. Y esto es banano, no es maduro. No es sweet plantain, no es banano.
Es banano. Es sweet.
Sweet,
es
yeah.
Dulce, pero.
So it's an actual banana. So I'm gonna have it. Okay. So you have the sweetness. So yeah, it's a banana. So I'm gonna have it with a little bit of the chaufa. I think it's gonna taste amazing.
Yeah.
Huh? Actually moved to a different part of the restaurant. This is like the terrace. It's absolutely beautiful out here. They're getting ready for service, so everything's already kind of happening. There's already people coming in, so I'm trying to get this going. This is the dessert. I'm kind of upset because that's it. This is the last dish, but this dessert looks awesome. They call it un suspiro. So I guess a suspiro here, for us it's like a meringue, which is this right here, so it's got the consistency of a nice meringue, which is usually sugar and egg whites and then just anything else you add. But that consistency is amazing. So and then this looks, I don't know if it's coconut or dulce de leche. It's got a blueberry. Man, that looks creamy. Look at that. Perfect consistency. Okay, so it's arequipe. Arequipe is kind of like a dulce de leche, very, very similar. That's awesome. Cinnamon. Oh man, it's very, very sweet. Okay, yeah, so it's fresh guanábana, kind of like sliced. Guanábana is very popular here. So you just kind of have the whole thing. Check this out. Kind of see that little sheet of guanábana. So, and I'm pretty sure it's guanábana because it tastes like guanábana. It's not something it's not a fruit I eat a lot, but I'm pretty sure that's what it is. Guys, this has been such an unbelievable experience. Again, one of the top Peruvian restaurants here. They've been open for a couple years. They survived through the whole pandemic. This place gets packed almost every day, and it's awesome. Chef Ivan, talented, like I said, man, you got truly blessed hands. The kid lights up when he talks about his food. It's awesome. Very, very great guy, great chef. Come and check him out. They're here, Oficial, here in Bogotá. Absolutely phenomenal restaurant. Till next time.